So good morning, my fellow YouTubers. So this morning we are on to this little stone circle, Indian sandstone circle. It's only 1.8, so it's not that big. For those of you that watched Blue Peter, here's one I did earlier. So this is all ready to be pointed now, so I'm going to do that, I don't know, tomorrow, next day, whenever. The weather's still pretty good, and the compound that I use can be used in any weather because it's an all-weather pointing. So yeah, I'll do that at some point. Anyway, on to this little stone circle. Now, as is the case with that one, I want it to be the same level as my paving there. So how do you achieve that? Well, there's a number of different ways, but this little fantastic thing I got the other day. So it's called a string line level or a pocket level, and you can buy it from Amazon for £5. So all you do is you string a line from one point to another point, to the point that you want to level at. So you run the string level to the top of your slabs, level to the top of that slab, and then tap that down or raise it up until you've achieved the perfect height. And then you know that they are the same level. It doesn't matter too much because the rest of this garden, you can see the membrane down here, it's going to be gravelled, so even if it was, say, you know, I don't know, sort of 20-30 mil higher, you wouldn't really notice because the gravel was quite forgiving. But I'm a little bit of a perfectionist and I like things just so. So that's exactly the same height as that. And it's good practice to do that, guys, to be honest. Now you'll notice, if you've looked at my previous videos, I don't normally lay it on a membrane. But part of the reason I've done this is because even though I dug out, well, you can see how far up the wall the soil was. So I took all of that. It was probably, the soil was up to about there. So what is that? That's 1, 2, sort of 3, 4, including the what was dug out under the slabs, 400 at least, probably a bit more than that, say 450. So I've dug a lot of soil out of this garden, 25 tonne, because when the wall was built, which I didn't do, the guys just threw it back onto the garden, so it had built up over the years. And I think the customer had also put soil in here for some reason or other, so there was a lot of soil to dig out. So it was still soft, so I put type 1 down, whacked that down. I've shown that in this video or another video. You don't need a whacker plate necessarily. You can do it, which I show in the video. Can't see it. Oh, there it is there. Look. This is the thing that I use to tamp down, so it's quite good. It's sort of like for doing little jobs, and I couldn't be bothered hiring a whacker plate, so I actually got Andrew to whack it down. So that's fine. So that was all nice and solid under there, but I've also put the membrane underneath because I don't want any sinkage over the years. So that's where we are today, folks. So let's get on with laying this rotunda stone circle. giant stone there somewhere. You want to keep that gap about finger's width. Should be about 10, 12, 15 mil, something like that. And just make sure that you level it across. Now you can see that gap there is incorrect, so all you need to do is just move it around a little bit. So it's easy enough to do. So just where you see the joints are a bit too big, just push it around until you've got the right distance. That one's a little bit big over there, look. They're quite forgiving. Just got to go round a little bit, round a little bit. And that's the first inner ring. Let's give it a clean off as well. Now just a little tip as well, you'll notice that I straddle, straddle, what am I trying to say? So this distance here is 190, so I've got it in the centre basically, so I just split the difference, so it's 190 there and 190 there. One thing to say as well, you tend to do these things without thinking, but if the slab is a little bit high there, don't tap it right in the centre, just slightly off centre, but don't do it right over in the corner. Don't tap it. If it's too high in the corner, don't tap it right in the corner like that, because the slab will just go boink. And that is us. It tells you, boys, I've had enough today because it's been miserable. That's pretty good. Happy with that. bit more water, I think. And that is it, folks.